Dad, can you start coming home right now?
Oh, Mary?
But you're on a business trip right now, aren't you? There's no way you can come all the way home now.
I'm sorry for taking so long to get back to you. If you have a lot to talk about, you can go ahead and start telling me it all now, since I'm about to get on the train anyway. By the way, what happened to you being at school? You shouldn't have the day off or anything like that today, right?
I have a fever and decided to come home early.
Wait, did you catch a cold or something?
Probably, yeah.
I see. You go get into bed then and warm yourself up and take some water into your room with you so you stay hydrated. There should be some medication in the pantry you can take if you start to feel even worse and cough more, all right?
But, Dad, I can't get into the house right now.
Huh? Did you forget to take the house key with you to school today?
I guess so. I went and changed my bag yesterday to a brand new one, and when I was moving all of my things over into it, I must have forgotten the house key.
Wait, but Mom should still be there at the house today, right? She told me she didn't have any plans to leave the house for today.
I heard that from her as well, but it doesn't look like she's home right now. I rang the doorbell over and over again, but she never came. As well as banged on the door some. And the man next door just came out and told me that about an hour ago, Mom left the house and hadn't come back yet.
What is she doing right now? And right now you have a fever, right? Do you think you can make it over to Grandpa's house just down the road? I heard that Grandma took the day off her part-time job as well, so she'll be home to take care of you. Let me call and ask them if it's fine for you to go there.
I should be able to make it out to their house soon.
Have a safe trip and be careful, please. I'm going to talk with my company and see if I can start heading home today to meet with you tonight.
Sounds good.
Marge, where are you at right now?
What? I'm at the house right now, Dexter.
Is that right?
And what's up with you right now? Why are you asking me that all of a sudden?
Nothing. Just had a little bit of time on my hands and thought I'd see how things were going with you right now.
I see. So you're not in any rush to talk with me about something serious, right?
Well, I guess not.
Then I'm really sorry to say this, but I'm in the middle of some cooking. I need to cut some things up here and can't be on the phone texting you while cutting them.
I see. So you've been home all day today, right?
Yep. I've been at home all day doing the chores.
All right, then. I guess I'd better be getting back to work now.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your business trip, Dexter.
Marge, next month I'll be going on a really long business trip, all right?
What?
From the second Monday that month, I'm going to be out of town for about 3 to 4 days, or maybe even a week if I have to.
Wait, you have to be gone for up to a week?
What, is there something wrong with that?
Well, actually, during that time next month, I'm probably going to be going on a small trip out of town.
Well, that's pretty rare of you.
Well, look, a couple of months ago I had that high school reunion, right? Back then I ran into some old friends of mine again, and we've been talking a lot more ever since. And, we started to talk a lot about the field trips we'd go on and stuff like that in high school. And as we talked and talked and talked, we came up with a plan for a trip that all of us want to take together.
I see. So this all started because of that reunion?
If I really can, I'd love to be able to go on this trip, so I was wondering if it would be all right to leave Mary over at your parents' place for them to watch over her. I know that she's a high schooler now, but she can't be left home all alone for 10 days without me around, right?
That's a good point. I don't mind you taking some time to go on that trip with your friends, but first I'll have to ask and see if my parents will be all right with watching Mary for that time. Once I have an idea of what their plans all are, I'll get back in touch with you and we can chat some more.
Sounds good, Dexter. Dad, Mom just left the house with all of her bags in tow.
Thank you for letting me know, Mary.
Today's the end of your business trip, and you'll be coming back home, right?
That's right. I made sure to get out of the office, and I'm on my way back home as we speak. I plan to have all of our things taken out of the house this afternoon in one go. So when you start coming home from school, make sure to go to that other house for me instead.
Just like we talked about before then? Understood.
I'm really sorry, though, getting you all caught up in your parents' issues like this.
Why are you apologizing for that, Dad? You haven't done anything wrong.
But, Mary...
Listen, if I have to be honest about all of this, I think I'm going to sound a bit bad. But currently, we have to do what we have to do, because that's the only way we can all be happy. So we should stop thinking about her and deal with all of that later. All right, Dad?
Mary... That's a good point, though. Right now we have to focus on the plans at hand and not on anything else.
That's right. Now, I'm going to start heading to school.
All right, have a safe trip there.
Hey, you're back from your business trip and are at home, right? I just got off the first plane, and I'm getting ready to board the next one that will bring me home. Can you come and get me from the airport when I arrive there tonight?
What? That's right. Today's the day you come back from that trip of yours with your friends.
Hey, come on. Don't you find it a bit mean to be forgetting about the day your wife is coming back home from her 10-day vacation?
I'm sorry, but the car is at the shop right now and won't be finished with until tomorrow.
Wait, is it in the shop? Is it really that time of year already where the car needs to be fixed again?
Well, since I have no way of getting you, you're gonna have to figure out how to get home on your own.
I guess I'll have to then. I'll get myself a taxi or something to ride home in.
Go ahead and do that, please.
Hey, I'm not able to get the front door open at all. What's going on here? Maybe it's my key that's broken, but I really don't think that it is. Do you have any idea what's up with the lock on the front door?
Welcome home, Marge.
By the way, are you even home right now?
I'm home.
Then could you please hurry up and come open the front door to let me inside?
I don't think it's gonna help if I came and opened the door to the house.
What do you mean it wouldn't help?
Because the house that you're at is my previous house, right?
What? What do you mean by it being your previous house?
I moved.
Huh?
Sorry for doing this while you were out having that affair with another man, but Mary and I have moved out of there and are settled in here, so there's no reason for you to come back to us anymore.
What? Hold on a second. What was that about me having an affair? What are you going on about right now?
Are you gonna try playing dumb with me now or something?
Are you seriously saying that I've been having an affair with another man?
Well, that's what I just said, wasn't it?
Oh, stop talking a ton of nonsense about me, please. I told you already that this trip was me and my old friends getting together to go enjoy ourselves. We literally talked about this already, right?
Really? So you like to go with your friends to hotels like that one?
What?
If that's the kind of place you're taking your friends to, and those are the kinds of things you do with them there, then I do not want to meet any one of them. And to think that the man is married himself.
Huh?
And to make things even more tough, he's the father of one of Mary's classmates. What I'm hearing so far is that you and him talk to one another a lot due to the fact that you both have kids in the same class, and that ended up with you in bed together for 10 days. I'm really trying to figure out how that could have happened so quickly, because if there's no good reason for it, that's all too strange. Honestly, you guys' reasoning might be something I can't comprehend.
How much do you know about this?
I know the things that are most important to me, so a lot of it.
What?
The reason I began to have doubts about you in the first place started the last time I had to leave town for work. I never ended up saying anything to you about this, but Mary ended up having a fever at school and took the rest of the day off to be at home. But when she made it home to a house where you should have been, she said you weren't there when she called me. After hearing from her that you were nowhere to be found, I ended up texting you asking where you were at. Do you remember that? You told me that you were at home, the same home that Mary said you specifically weren't at.
That's what that was all about? Now that I think about it, there was a time when she came down with something. But she told me that she had stayed at school the whole day and never took time off to come home.
That was because she didn't want you figuring out that we were onto you at the time. I guess she wanted to keep everything we thought about you a secret, though, because I never actually told her not to say anything to you. On that day, you were out with that other man, right? What the hell do you think you're doing at the age of 45 when you have a kid in high school?
You said that you both moved out of this house, right? Tell me where your new address is.
Why should I do that?
Why should you?
Why do you think I would keep us moving to a new house quiet from you?
But...
Mary really hates your guts now, Marge.
What?
On that day, on a rare day where she was so sick and needed to leave school to go home and rest, she came home to nobody being inside and having no way to let herself in. I'm sure she felt helpless as hell then. And after that, thinking when she'd talk with me I'd give her a reason for why you weren't home, we both had to learn that you've been having an affair. And that day you were out with another man who wasn't her dad. I think to a high school girl like Mary, learning something like that about her own mom is one of the most, if not the most, shocking things ever. So it makes sense why she hates you so much now.
But, I think that at least meeting once to talk all of this over.
That's not enough to get me to tell you my new address where we're living. Also, I have one other thing to tell you that's pretty important. Mary's changing schools.
She's changing schools? She's going to have to leave her current high school and go somewhere else?
That's what she wanted. How could she go to a school every day with a classmate whose dad has been going out with her mom behind her dad's back? It's too much for her to handle now, and with her having to apply for college in a couple years, she can't waste her time worrying about you anymore. So after thinking things through for a little bit, she decided to change schools. I wanted to do anything for her, and that's why I made sure to get us a house closer to where her new school will be.
No way!
I'm also transferring jobs.
Huh?
I had plans for something like this before, all right? I wanted to talk with you about it, but then I learned you were most likely having an affair and decided to keep all of this to myself. Then, soon after that, I learned that you were indeed going out with another man behind my back. I thought about how having to continue living in a house like that would ruin my daughter's and my own mental health, and chose to sell it.
What the hell? Where the hell am I supposed to go then?
How about you go back to your parents' house?
What?
I already made sure to send all of your things there. Also, the lawyer will be paying your parents' house a visit soon, so...
A lawyer?
There are a lot of things we have to decide on in the divorce, so I decided it would be best to have a lawyer involved in all of this. And of course, your secret man is going to be involved in all of this as well.
Why do you keep carrying on with this conversation if you do something like that to me?
There's no reason to be worried about what everyone else is going to think about you now. Both your parents and that man's wife are well aware of what you've both been up to.
No way!
I'm just going to let you know right now, you don't have any allies in this.
No, doing all of that without me.
Remember, it was you who asked for all of this by having that affair, so could you at least cut it out with trying to blame others for your responsibilities?
No, at least not a divorce.
If you have anything to say about it, please go have a word with my lawyer. I don't want to talk with you anymore. Mary would like to start making a new environment here with me that is much happier than the one you've created, so stay out of the way of that, please.
Wait!
With all that being said, I don't think you and I will be meeting with one another anymore.
I just told you to wait!
Goodbye forever. A few days later, after finalizing the arrangements for alimony and child support, the divorce was officially settled. It seems that my ex-wife had planned to remarry her affair partner, but surprisingly, he chose to reconcile with his own wife instead. In a complete reversal, she immediately turned to me asking for reconciliation. When I refused, she apparently went to my parents' house, only to be shocked by the fact that a different family was living there. She was completely taken aback by this unexpected situation. I had already informed her that my parents had moved with me when I relocated, but it seems she had forgotten. In her panic, she caused quite a scene at the house. Afterward, she was severely scolded by her parents. Given that alimony and child support were part of the divorce settlement, her parents arranged for her to be transferred to a distant workplace. There, she's under strict supervision and seems to have finally come to terms with the situation. Now, from what I hear, she spends her days quietly working, going through her routines in silence. Thinking back on the sequence of events, it's almost surreal how quickly things escalated and then shifted again. My ex-wife had been so certain that her future lay with the man she had chosen over me, yet fate had other plans for her. I can't help but feel a sense of poetic justice in how things unfolded. The fact that her affair partner decided to return to his wife, abandoning her plans for remarriage, must have been a crushing blow to her. In that moment, she probably realized the gravity of her choices and the consequences of her actions. When she turned to me seeking reconciliation, I was already past the point of no return. The betrayal and hurt she had caused couldn't simply be undone with a request for forgiveness. I had spent countless sleepless nights agonizing over the situation, but by the time she asked to come back, I had made peace with the idea of moving on. Refusing her was my way of reclaiming my dignity and asserting that I deserved better than being her second choice. Her visit to my parents' old house still makes me laugh when I think about it. The fact that she went there expecting to find them, only to discover that a completely different family was living there, must have been quite a shock. I had clearly told her we had moved, but it's clear she wasn't paying attention, or maybe she was too caught up in her own world to remember. Either way, the scene she caused when she realized her mistake was both embarrassing and unnecessary. Her parents, who had always been somewhat strict, understandably didn't take kindly to her behavior. From what I gather, they were deeply disappointed in her choices. With the divorce settled, they arranged for her to be sent to a workplace far away where she could no longer easily meddle in my life or cause more disruptions. The fact that she's now under close watch means she's finally had to confront the reality of her situation. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.